This is not medical advice. Do not do what I'm saying. Do not do what I'm recommending. Only do what your doctor tells you to do. I've seen on forums people saying that you don't even have to change your diet. Just take this stuff. Or that once you diet, the fat's just going to melt off if you stack it with this. Okay, a little bit about myself, because y'all have no idea who I am, my background, stuff like that. So I've been lifting for give or take 10 years. I'm 28 years old, currently cutting from 240 down to 200. I'm at 228, and I'm doing Ostarine, Andarine, and Cardarine. Okay, that's my cutting cycle, and it is my first cycle. Interesting thing about Cardarine is it's a fat burner, but it's not a stimulant. You see, most fat burners are stimulants because what stimulants do is they speed up the metabolism, they suppress hunger, they give you more energy. And honestly, I hate stimulants. I can't freaking stand them. I used to like them when I was younger, in my teenage years and lower 20s. I like caffeine and stuff, but I hate freaking Yohimbine. I hate pre-workouts. I just don't like feeling wired out of my skull. So Cardarine was one of these things I wanted to try. Now, let's bust all the myths really quick. Does it melt off fat? No. You're not going to see these drastic improvements day by day, because when people say melt off fat, like their fat is just melting off, that means every day that you look in the mirror you can tell. It's nothing like that, and don't expect it to be like that. If you want something to be cardio in a bottle, cardio in a pill, as Tony Huge called it, something along those lines, you're going to need some heavy freaking stimulants, because you're not going to find that in Cardarine. Now, I freaking love Cardarine, and here's why. Okay, Cardarine, basically what it does is it increases your stamina so much. I know every gym lifter knows when they hit a set to failure, okay, the next set that they go down to do with the same weight, they're doing three reps less, then 2 reps less. So you started at 12 to failure, then you're at 8 to failure, then you're at 5. Cardarine is freaking spectacular in the sense that you can literally hit sets to failure, get back down, do the same amount of reps, if not more. Okay? I have been just blown away by the effects of Cardarine, and some of you might be thinking, well, how do you know it's not the Ostarine? How do you know it's not the Andarine? Because I started Cardarine later. I did not start it in the beginning. So I know what is doing what. I work out in my garage. So when COVID started, I built out my garage into a gym. It has everything I need. Before I started taking Cardarine, 10-15 minutes, I'd be freaking soaked. I mean, my entire body just soaked in sweat. I would have to take my shirt off because it was so wet. There was no point even wearing it at that point. When Cardarine built up in my system, which it works very fast, I would go into the gym, didn't matter what time, it was like I quit sweating. I'm telling you, it was like the fatigue that I would have was gone. The hardcore sweating, the out of breath, breathing hard, in between sets, the super racy hard after a hard set. That stuff is gone. I mean, your endurance is so good, your stamina is so good that doing a set to failure is nothing. It's like you can crush the weights for an hour, 2 hours hitting sets to failure. And afterwards, it's like, you just don't feel that crash that I would normally feel. Like when I would do a super, super intense workout before, like I would have that feeling where I just wanted to eat, shower and just lay in bed because I'm so freaking tired. There's been days on Cardarine that I have hit my garage so freaking hard, and afterwards I'm like, okay, I'm going to do cardio in my garage. My treadmill's in there. After that, I'm like, okay, you know what? I feel like walking the dog. Get done walking the dog for 30 minutes in the Texas heat. Get back. I need to do chores around the house, go to the grocery store. It's like it's like you physically don't get tired. Now, it's not like a stimulant where you're just going to be wired mentally. It doesn't take away like that 5 o'clock feeling, if you know what I'm talking about, the mental fatigue, but it's like your body just does not get tired. And of course, that's going to lead to greater weight loss, because if you're in a caloric deficit, your energy's low and you're just lounging around and you're being lazy and you're slacking on your workouts, you're slacking on your cardio. You're going to burn less calories during the day. When you're wanting to burn fat, you want to burn as many calories as you can. You want to be as efficient as you can at burning calories. And Cardarine makes it possible because you're just never tired. My recommendation, not to you, but to a mouse, is to start off with 10 milligrams, which in this bottle right here, that is a dropper full, 1 milliliter. So I started off with that in the morning. And I did experience a little bit of nausea at first. After the first week, once the nausea subsided, I added in another dropper full at night. Now, most people are going to ask, can I just take 2 dropperfuls in the morning? Yes, you can. But the best possible thing that you can do is keep blood levels stable. So any compound that you ingest, the best thing you can do is keep it level as possible. That's where you get the most benefits, because you don't want a huge spike and then for the rest of the day it going down, 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 down. You want to keep it like a spike and then down, and then a little later you get a spike. You see what I'm saying? So the Cardarine is staying as level as possible. No huge spikes, no huge drops. No, it doesn't affect your hormones. They gave mice a whole bunch of it, and I think they developed, liver cancer, something along those lines. But for people that are afraid of that, I mean, if you give a mouse insane amounts of salt, they're going to die. If you give a mouse insane amounts of water, they're going to die. So I don't know why these scientists do these studies with insane amounts that aren't equivalent to a human and then discontinue it. I mean, it's freaking crazy. They did that with aspartame. That's where all the brain tumor crap came from. And, all the human trials showed that it's one of the safest, or no, not one of the, it is the safest artificial sweetener on the market, but it's probably the most demonized because people think they're going to get brain cancer because they were shoveling it into mice. Leave all of your comments in the comment section because it'll give me ideas. Like, I have a ton of videos that I'm going to do, but I would like to have extra ideas. Like I said, I've been studying this stuff for a long time, even though I haven't been on the steroids yet. I know a ton about them. So leave me the comments, and thanks for watching.